Stab-lok panels are known to have significant safety concerns, most notably loose connections and overheating. The Consumer Product Safety Commission, also known as CPSC, issued a recall for these panels in 1979, and their production was stopped in 1983. Should you encounter a Stab-lok panel, immediate replacement is crucial. Firstly, loose connections are a major concern. The Stab-lok design relies on a pressure-type connection. Over time, these connections can become loose. This looseness can lead to arcing, which in turn causes overheating and ultimately poses a fire hazard. Secondly, overheating is another significant issue. The design of Stab-lok panels does not provide adequate heat dissipation. This lack of heat dissipation can cause the panel and the wires within it to overheat. Like loose connections, overheating can also increase the risk of fire. Beyond these specific issues, Stab-lok panels are considered outdated and do not meet current electrical codes. Furthermore, they are not as reliable as more modern panel designs. If a Stab-lok panel is present, replacing it as soon as possible is critical for safety. It is important to have a qualified electrician perform the replacement to ensure the new panel meets safety standards and is up to code. When considering a replacement electrical panel, several factors should be considered to ensure the safety and efficiency of the electrical system. Firstly, determine the appropriate size panel. The size of the panel, measured in amperage, should be adequate for the current and future electrical needs of the building. Overloading a panel can lead to overheating and potentially fires. Secondly, consider the type of breakers. Circuit breakers protect electrical circuits from overcurrents. Different types of breakers are available, such as standard, ground fault circuit interrupter, also known as GFCI, and the arc fault circuit interrupter, also known as FSI, each designed to protect against specific types of electrical faults. Thirdly, ensure compliance with electrical codes. The new panel must be installed in accordance with the National Electrical Code, also known as NEC, and local electrical codes. This ensures that the installation meets safety standards. Fourthly, consider surge protection. Installing a surge protector can help protect electronic devices from voltage spikes, which can damage sensitive equipment. Fifthly, proper grounding is essential. A properly grounded panel helps to protect against electrical shock and reduces the risk of fire. Sixthly, professional installation is recommended. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is best to have a qualified electrician install the new panel to ensure it is done safely and correctly. When selecting a new panel, consider the available space. Make sure there is enough physical space to accommodate the new panel and that it is easily accessible for maintenance and repairs. Next, determine the load calculation. A load calculation should be performed to determine the total electrical load of the building. This helps to ensure that the new panel is adequately sized. Next, consider future expansion. If there is a possibility of future electrical needs, choose a panel that has room for expansion. Finally, consider energy efficiency. Some panels are designed to be more energy efficient, which can help to reduce energy consumption. Specific problems associated with Stab-lok panels include increased resistance at breaker contact points, causing heat generation, breakers failing to trip at their rated current, and physical instability of the breaker connection to the bus bar. These issues can lead to dangerous situations such as electrical fires and equipment damage. Older panels in general may have issues such as corrosion, loose connections, and outdated components. These factors can compromise the safety and reliability of the electrical system. If a panel is more than 25 years old, it is generally recommended to have it inspected by a qualified electrician. There are several reasons to consider upgrading an electrical panel. Firstly, increased electrical demand. Modern homes and businesses often have higher electrical demands due to the increased use of electronic devices and appliances. Secondly, safety concerns. Older panels may not meet current safety standards and may pose a fire hazard. Thirdly, code compliance. Upgrading a panel may be necessary to comply with current electrical codes. Fourthly, improved reliability. A new panel can provide more reliable electrical service and reduce the risk of power outages. Fifthly, increased home value. Upgrading an electrical panel can increase the value of a home or business. When advising someone about their electrical panel, it is important to explain the potential risks and benefits of upgrading. Also, explain that a qualified electrician should inspect the panel. A 2-gauge wire for a 100 amp service is not necessarily incorrect, but it depends on the conductor type and installation method. The NEC specifies the allowable ampacities for different conductor types and sizes. For example, copper conductors with a temperature rating of 75 degrees Celsius, as specified in NEC Table 310.16, require a minimum of 3-gauge wire for a 100 amp service. Aluminum conductors require a larger size. The type of wire insulation, such as THHN, THW, or others, affects its ampacity rating. THHN is a common type. The way the wires are installed, such as in conduit, cable, or free air, also affects their ampacity. The ambient temperature and the number of current-carrying conductors in a raceway also need to be considered, as these factors can require ampacity adjustment. If the 2-gauge wire is aluminum, it may be acceptable for a 100 amp service, depending on the insulation type and installation conditions. However, if it is copper, it may be undersized according to modern standards. In this situation, it is always best to consult the NEC and a qualified electrician to ensure the wiring is safe and compliant. The appropriate size of the service entrance conductors and the electrical panel are determined by calculating the total electrical load of the building. This calculation involves adding up the loads of all the appliances, lighting, and other electrical equipment, and applying demand factors as permitted by the NEC. The NEC provides guidelines for calculating these loads, and a qualified electrician can perform the calculation to ensure the service is adequately sized. If the service drop is undersized, it can lead to voltage drop, overheating, and potentially a fire hazard. Undersized conductors can become overloaded, causing them to overheat and potentially melt the insulation. This can lead to short circuits and fires. Additionally, undersized conductors can cause voltage drop, which can affect the performance of electrical equipment. It is essential to ensure that the service drop is adequately sized to handle the calculated load. When a Stab-lok panel is feeding subpanels, it is important to evaluate the entire electrical system. The main panel must be adequately sized to handle the combined load of all the subpanels, and the subpanels must also be sized appropriately for their respective loads. It is also important to ensure that the wiring between the main panel and the subpanels is adequately sized and that all connections are tight and secure. If the main panel is undersized or the wiring is inadequate, it can lead to overloading and potential hazards. If a Stab-lok panel is feeding subpanels, it is even more critical to have it replaced as soon as possible. The increased load in the panel can exacerbate the problems associated with Stab-lok panels, increasing the risk of fire. Replacing the panel with a modern, safe panel will improve the safety and reliability of the entire electrical system. Moving an electrical panel to a more convenient location can be a good idea, especially if the existing panel is in an inconvenient or inaccessible location. However, it is important to consider the costs and challenges associated with moving a panel. Moving a panel typically involves rewiring the entire electrical system, which can be expensive and time-consuming. It may also require obtaining permits and inspections from the local building department. Before moving a panel, it is important to consult with a qualified electrician to determine the feasibility and cost of the project. When upgrading an electrical service, it is important to consider the following factors. The size of the service should be adequate for the current and future electrical needs of the building. The service entrance conductors must be sized appropriately for the service amperage. The grounding system must be properly installed and maintained. Surge protection should be installed to protect electronic devices from voltage spikes. All electrical work must be performed in accordance with the NEC and local electrical codes. A qualified electrician should be hired to perform the upgrade. The National Electrical Code, also known as NEC, is a set of standards for safe electrical installation. It is updated every 3 years, and it is important to comply with the latest edition of the NEC. The NEC covers a wide range of topics including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. Compliance with the NEC helps to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical systems. When evaluating an electrical panel, it is important to look for signs of damage or deterioration. These signs can include corrosion, rust, loose connections, cracked or broken components, and evidence of overheating. If any of these signs are present, the panel should be inspected by a qualified electrician. Regular maintenance of an electrical panel can help to prevent problems and extend its lifespan. Maintenance tasks can include tightening connections, cleaning the panel, and inspecting for damage or deterioration. It is also important to have the panel inspected by a qualified electrician on a regular basis. When working with electricity, it is important to take precautions to protect yourself from electric shock. These precautions can include wearing rubber gloves and shoes, using insulated tools, and turning off the power before working on electrical equipment. It is also important to be aware of the potential hazards of electricity and to avoid contact with live wires. Electrical safety is paramount when dealing with any electrical system. Always ensure that you are working in a safe environment and that you have taken all necessary precautions to prevent electric shock or other injuries. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work. The information provided in this narration is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional electrical advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician before making any decisions about your electrical system. They can assess your specific needs and provide recommendations based on your individual circumstances. Electrical systems are complex and potentially dangerous. It is important to take all necessary precautions to ensure your safety and the safety of others. Remember to prioritize safety when working with electricity. If you are unsure about any aspect of your electrical system, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician. They can provide expert advice and ensure that your electrical system is safe and up to code. Regular inspections and maintenance can help to identify and address potential problems before they become serious.